Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and okay, I can't say that. Okay, I shouldn't be calling my viewers that. You know what? I'm gonna censor that. So we're getting closer to Christmas time. Pretty big deal, you know, the time where everyone literally are just bleeding money to get Christmas presents for everyone. And so to celebrate probably one of the most expensive months known to man, I got I got a little decoration here. You guys probably won't be able to see it throughout the entirety of the video, but I don't give a fuck. You know, it's for the festivities. It's for the festivities, not for the YouTube views, even though I'm going to put Christmas in the fucking tag. So, actually, the initial video that was supposed to be coming out before Christmas was the Choo Choo Charles gameplay video. Me not realizing that time management is something I'm not really good at. Making that video is going to take a lot longer than I really realized. So I'm making a compromise. I'm going to give you 2 videos this week before Christmas. One where I take a look at a specific individual. You guys will see later in this video. That's what this video is about. And then there's a product review video. And I think it would just be really fucking funny because it's something it's some nerdy shit, but I'm going to make a whole bunch of jokes about it. I'm going to make fun of myself. I'm going to make fun of the product, and I'm going to make fun of the brand. Look forward to that. And with that out of the way, we're going to be taking a look at a very special individual. I got to be very careful with my wording here because hit the mic. We are stepping into cancel culture territory.
People wonder why we need a union at Starbucks, and
So what we have here is a transgender person complaining about their 8-hour shift job at Starbucks. We're in a minefield right now. I'm not even gonna lie to you. One wrong step and well, canceled. Ow, that actually really fucking hurt. I damaged my fucking thumb at work today at my 10-hour shift job. I'm gonna flex that a lot in this video, but I basically had a screwdriver and I was trying to screw some nails in, and it flew off the nail, and it penetrated my thumb, and I still worked. I still worked with this messed up thumb of mine, so don't tell me that you can't handle Starbucks for 8 hours. Stop it. I had to deal with this shit for 10 hours, and I still worked. I put toilets in and shit. Quite literally shit. Because I'm a fucking plumber.
I'm literally about to quit. Like, I don't know if I'm gonna do it, but, like, I really want to. I almost walked out today.
Off subject, but can we just appreciate how clean their nose is when they sniffed the clean coffee air? You know, if you put more effort into your job like you would cleaning your schnauzer, I don't think you'd be debating quitting.
And I'm crying in the back room right now, and I almost cried on the floor. It's just, I'm like a full-time student. I get scheduled for 25 hours a week, and then on weekends they schedule me the entire day, open to close. I'm on the schedule for 8.5 hours.
Cope. Okay, let me just be real here. You knew what you signed up for when you submitted your application for the job. If you already reviewed the hour statements and that things are subject to change, why the fuck did you take the job in the first place?
Both Saturday and Sunday. I'm like 3.5 hours into my shift. There's so many customers, and we have 4 people on the floor all day.
Okay, so I'm gonna be respectful and not call them a bitch. But I am gonna call them a bastard, because they identify as a male, and me calling them a bastard is less offensive than misgendering them. You see, here's the thing. There were so many arguments that you could have pointed out that could have helped your case, like if you were getting underpaid, if your employers were abusive, if the work environment was shitty. But we don't get any of that. All we get is you complaining about how many hours you've gotten. Which here begs the question, how are you going to be able to afford paying your full-time student classes? You're complaining about more hours, but doesn't more hours benefit you?
Only 5 people were put on the schedule, and somebody had to call out. And there are 4 people running the whole store, and there's so many customers, and there's possibly scheduled 5 people. We only have 13 people employed at this store, and there's so many customers.
Look, I'm not trying to mock her being stressed out or anything. I just find it kind of ridiculous how you're upset about having more hours. You see, the customers being shitty, employees being shitty, and being underpaid is one thing. But complaining about having more work hours, that is something that you kind of come off as a softie, you know. Do you need a little bit of ASMR to help you relax? I can take care of that for you. Let me just get on my computer. Awesome. You see, this one right here, I think, perfectly describes your current situation.
We don't have fair scheduling. Managers don't care about us. Our manager was supposed to come in this weekend and he took himself off the schedule, so he wouldn't be able to be held accountable for calling out. He just literally tore down the schedule that he was scheduled on and put up a new schedule where he wasn't on the schedule. Also, he couldn't have even seen that he was scheduled in the first place because he didn't want to be held accountable for not wanting to come in.
Okay, shady manager. You know what? That's perfectly fine. It's perfectly fine to vent about that. What you brought up at the beginning of the I'm still focused on that. I'm still focused on what you brought up at the beginning of the video. I don't understand why you would say something like that. Oh my god, I work 8 hours. Yeah. Don't care. Oh, my manager's shitty. Oh, now we're getting somewhere. Like, yes, I do agree that managers do have to take some kind of responsibility for taking care of their workers, but at the end of the day, you're gonna have crappy employees. So there's not really much you can actually do. But you know, it's always best within these kind of situations to cope, because if you don't, you're gonna melt like a snowflake. Oh, Christmas joke and a Twitter joke. Yeah, Merry Christmas.
And I need to get through all of them. And then people are yelling at me because I don't have their orders ready. And they don't know what to do. I can't do it.
Okay, perfectly understandable. You might get some shitty customers.
And a customer was misgendering me today. Like,
oh no.
really badly. I didn't have their order ready. And so they were just like talking to each other. And they're like, she's clearly incompetent. I have a full mustache and beard.
Okay, yeah, I get it. You have the Johnny Depp stash with a little bit of a neck beard. I get it. It's the high-pitched voice. You sound like Alvin the Chipmunk going through puberty. Now, here's what really tickles my brain cells. LGBTQ and people who are within it don't follow under certain labels. They hate labels. You just labeled mustaches and beards as only a guy thing. And I'm sorry to bring this up. It's just nowadays the lines between male and female are a little blurry, and it's mainly because of the way people present themselves, talk about themselves, and they identify themselves as certain ways. And it eventually gets confusing because there's so many people with different types of identities that it's difficult to comprehend. God damn it, I shouldn't be talking about this. All I'm saying is as a straight white man, it's a little bit difficult to comprehend the gender swapping and all the other stuff that comes with it. But since we're on the topic of straight white men, you know, it's popular nowadays to mock straight white men. It's because there's so many of us at this point. I mean, fuck, you willingly have included yourself within that group. What's stopping us from bullying you? You know, you're a straight white male, or at least I'm assuming you're straight. You're so white you look like Creamer, you fucking cracker. Coffee jokes, yeah. That actually perfectly replicates the theme of today's video, since someone's crying over Starbucks.
What the fuck? I don't get accommodations for being neurodivergent. I don't... I can't use, people get mad at me for using my sick time. I don't even know what to do anymore. I'm like at my wit's end with this job. I really am.
And the video ends there. Final thoughts. Yes, I can feel bad for you for having a shitty manager if what you're telling me is actually the truth. Yes, I can feel bad for you for, you know, being understaffed. I can feel bad for you for dealing with shitty customers. But I'm sorry, you complaining about how many hours you get online on a site where people probably work more hours than you. Well, it didn't really make too many people happy. Let's just put it out there. Not a lot of people really felt bad for you with your beginning point. You fucking work at Starbucks. That's like bottom of the barrel. Let me just make a point. If a job is shitty, you have to cope, or you quit and find a better job. Going to the internet, the one place that is really going to tear you down for making stupid decisions and making stupid statements, is probably the poorest decision you can make. At the end of the day, there's a lot of crappy jobs out there, but it's up to you to make the decision whether you should just get used to it or find something better. What's stopping you? I mean, if you're a full-time student and you're taking classes, that is positive on your background. So as long as they're not, looking at you based off of your appearances or anything along those lines, or you haven't done some dumb crap in the past, they should hire you. If you have a good background, they should hire you. But you know what? Out of everything in this video, there is one thing that stands out the most, and that is his wicked sense of entitlement. You are in a work environment you can't control. I'm just making basic assumptions based off of the behavior I've seen in this video. He expects control over the situation, the pacing of the workplace, and he isn't getting that. And he's having a breakdown because of it. I'm not even trying to be mean or disrespectful. These are just my closing thoughts. But look, we had a good laugh. We had a good time reacting to this video. And at the end of the day, nothing's going to change because of it. He's not going to change in any way in order to cope and accustom himself to the workplace he's in. So he can quit his job or do whatever the hell he wants while I get to continue to make money.